Medfit Rehab founder Joanne James is a medical exercise specialist. Medfit Rehab, restoring strength and movement, making a difference in people's lives. 647-259-5481, Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com. Joanne James, medical exercise specialist for over 25 years and founder of Medfit Rehab, says exercise is medicine whenever possible, and it is especially true when it comes to osteoporosis prevention or management. James says that our bones are alive and need to be stimulated. When the muscle contracts, when we apply force against our bones, they build. Medfit Rehab, ensuring the best in post-rehab functional conditioning services. Medfit Rehab, Columbus Center, Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, 647-259-5481, medfitrehab.com. Hi, Joanne. How are you this morning?
I'm great, Zelda. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, it's interesting because restless leg syndrome, I have a friend that has that. I think I know several people, and I'm not really sure what causes it and whether exercise can help it. What causes restless leg syndrome?
Well, I'll start by just letting you know that it's a disorder of the part of the nervous system that causes an urge to move the legs. People with what they call RLS have an irresistible urge to move their legs to relieve this sensation, and you can tell me whether they have this. The sensations are generally very uncomfortable. It's itchy. They feel like they're on pins and needles. They have creepy, crawly feelings in their legs, and it can be quite severe, or it could be quite mild as well, and anything in between. I'm not sure if any of your friends actually experienced that. If it's the same syndrome that we're talking about.
Are there several different syndromes that are similar to that?
Yeah, there's the other one that's called the periodic limb movement, and that's where they sort of have repetitive cramping, jerky movements of the legs while they're sleeping. But this only happens while they're asleep. And the movements are repetitive and they're rhythmic, and they happen every 20 to 40 seconds.
Oh, wow.
That's only at night when they're asleep. Whereas the restless leg syndrome, that happens pretty much all of the time.
Right.
And it can be very, very, very uncomfortable.
Well, that's the one that I'm talking about as well.
Right,
So
yeah.
How can exercise be of help?
Well, it can help to some degree. It's important that, one, it's diagnosed first, and there are various treatments. There's medication that they might be able to take. But the key thing, which is very helpful, is the exercise. Now, it varies amongst each individual what works for them and what doesn't work for them. One of the things we know for sure, though, is strenuous exercise within 2 hours of going to bed is not a good idea. And really strong, intense exercise workouts aren't very helpful. In fact, can make the condition actually worse, right? But if you do exercise, I say gently or moderately, things like cycling, swimming, walking, all of those are highly recommended activities for someone who has RLS. But how you do it, the length of time you do it, all of those things should be prescribed so that you're not overdoing it. So if we were going to work with someone with that, we would certainly sit down with that individual to find out the severity of their RLS and then how we can create a program for them so that they're working appropriately, because some people overdo it, and then it gets even worse. Then they really start to spasm.
Is it dangerous? Can that happen if you're on a treadmill or working on a machine? All of a sudden your legs sort of start to move?
I don't think so, because when you're walking on the treadmill, the movements are pretty much rhythmic. You shouldn't be walking at a pace where all of a sudden it's going to happen. So I think it's controllable. And again, that's why you sit down with someone and discuss what your situation is. We would actually sort of assess where you're at, whether you should be on a treadmill or whether you should be out just walking on the streets. Or walking outside other than a treadmill.
Well, you seem to have so many different situations covered. And that really is good because you're very flexible in what you can do, and also you're covering a lot of different things as well. Thank you.
And you're very welcome. And that's the point, is that we specialize in working with people that have special conditions as well as, healthy bodies. Doing
a great job. Thank you so much, Joanne. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
Certainly.
Take care.
Too.
Bye.
Okay, then. Bye.
Joanne James, founder and medical exercise specialist of Medfit Rehab, will improve your overall health through medical exercise. Contact Joanne James, 647-259-5481, Columbus Center Athletic Department, Dufferin and Lawrence, medfitrehab.com.